Hello friends, happy Monday. It's our first TikTok live. I just sent out a notification to everybody to come join me over here. We're gonna try to change up where we do our lives every time. So this is our first time on TikTok. I don't know if I'll even be able to save it, so this is just a test. Hopefully we can save it because I like to have these available for you guys. This is our Paint Club 2.0 for January. This is what you get if you are in 2.0, and we're going to go ahead and paint the door hanger tonight. Like I said, have no idea how this works, so I don't know if I get to see comments or whatnot when you guys hop on. Just say hello, I guess, and if I don't see them, maybe I can view them after the live. Hello, I see you, Heather. Alright, so we are going to do this one tonight. I don't have my paints out or nothing. It made me like confirm my age before I got on here. It was really weird, so I'm kind of a little baffled at the moment while we get everything loaded, but we'll be good. Like I said, I'm hoping I can save these. I usually upload everything to my YouTube so that people can go back and rewatch these and paint along. If you're in the Paint Club 2.0, you get the door hanger and the tiered tray kit. Tonight we're just going to paint the door hanger. I'm going to try and do it kind of like my example here. So I'm going to look for a brown. I might do two color browns. I'm going to do sable brown, and I think I'm going to mix some burnt sienna. I don't know if I'm able to put like my links in here or anything because I haven't done this before, so I'll have to kind of play around with it, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm just going to mix both of these colors on the brush and use it for my background. It's actually going to be lighter than the sample it looks like, which is fine. And anywhere you see etching, you're going to have 3D pieces, so you don't have to paint all of the areas. I forget you can have music on here too, right? We don't have music over on the other platform. Hello. Alright, so I just used the end of the paintbrush to clear out the holes there that we're going to use to hang this with. Make sure there's no paint in there so that you can still hang it easily. I should have done the middle part first. That's alright, I like to do things difficultly. Difficultly, is that a word? More difficult? Most difficult? Alright, so I'm going to let this dry probably, and then I'll probably put some paint down and do this middle part, because I want to do that black just like our example shows. Where's my tape at? I have some frog tape here. Let me hit this with a dryer real quick so we can move a little quicker. What I should do is figure out how to use StreamYard, and then I could go live in all three places at once instead of doing one at a time. So I'm just going to try to put this right on the line here. See if it even works. So I can paint the inside part without getting paint on part that we just did. And it's probably not going to be perfect, but that's all right. So for this part, I'm going to use just some black paint. And I'm going to use the same brush actually, just because I shouldn't need this brush for anything else. And I don't have to paint all of it, remember, because we're going to have some 3D pieces on here. So I'm just going to go along and paint where I need to. I think that whole piece covers there. Watch me have a giant mess when I pick this up. We'll see. Who knows how it's going to turn out. So one thing about painting live is you get to see all of the mistakes and all of that as well. So you get to learn. All right, and then, like I said, I think this covers, but let me just set it down here. Yeah, that should cover everything, so I'm not gonna worry about doing the rest there right now. I'm gonna hit this with the dryer real quick. All right, just a little bit. I just don't want to pick up that tape and have any of the paint like go underneath there and make a mess. Not too bad. Looks like some of the letters not above, just because they're etched in there, so the paint kind of went into the etching. So I would suggest doing your black paint first. But it turned out pretty darn good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and toss all of this. All right, and then we're gonna set this off to the side while we do the rest of our painting. I'm gonna grab a little bit more tape to put some of our pieces down. I'm gonna go over here. So our letters I'm gonna do, actually, I hope I have enough white. We are running really low on white. And I just have not gone to the store, so hopefully I have this big thing of paint here, so I'm going to try to use this. And I just like to use a sponge for my smaller pieces, so I'm taping them down over here so that way they stay in place, but then I'm just going to use the sponge to paint them instead of a paintbrush. And this is actually messier because it's chalk paint and it's really thick. So usually when I use the smaller bottles, it's not this messy. So my edges are going to be really gross regardless, but there we go. Cannot believe how messy this is. See what I'm doing? I'm just taking it off of that brush there. So my little container of paint is chalk paint as well, but it's almost empty. This one's way down at the bottom there, and it's old, so it's kind of dried up. So I'm just scooping some out and then using my sponge to get the paint on there. It's very thick. It's all right, it still works. So like I said, I'm new over here on this one for lives. I've been going live since 2019 over in Facebook land and on YouTube, but TikTok's all new to me, so hopefully I can save this video when I'm done and see if I can add links and whatnot so you guys have access to the kits. But I don't know how it all works. I gotta play with it. All right, I'm doing the next one in white as well. This is so messy. Definitely have to get to the store and get some of the regular white paint because this is making a huge mess. I'm used to Facebook and YouTube, like I said, you can't have music playing. I forget you can on here. I should have done that. Have to remember for next time. Running out here. Grab a little bit more. Hello, hello. All right. This is the messiest letters I've ever done. And look how messy my hands are, but that's not bad. I have that happen a lot. All right, so then I want to do my roof piece, my window, and the top of my chimney in white as well. So we are going to grab some more white out. Get that on our sponge. See, if you use the tape, it just kind of holds your piece down so it's easier to work with. Usually you get a little bit less messy that way too, but this paint is just very messy. Actually, you know what? For this piece, it's big enough. I'm just going to paint it on there. All right. So now we got all those white pieces done. This is so... I'm gonna try to smooth it out with my brush. It's just so clumpy and thick and messy looking. Definitely not my favorite paint to do this one with. Okay, so then let's see, we're gonna use brown on these pieces, green on these pieces, black, and then we got some hearts we'll do some pink on. All right, and I'm just setting everything off to the side to dry. In the meantime, anybody hopping on here probably has no idea what we're doing because my piece is moved out of the screen, but you'll see shortly. All right, so I'm gonna do a green color for my house. I don't know if it's exactly this color that I want. We'll see, I might add some more dark green to it. But this one is Sage Mint, so we're going to use this one for the green, I believe. And we got this little piece too. Oops. I'm going to use a brush. So a lot of this is actually covered up by more 3D elements. You don't have to paint the whole thing, but I'm going to paint a majority of it. Just because I don't know exactly where the roof's going to touch and whatnot, so I'm just going to paint it. It's going to look messy and gross until it's finished, but once it's all done, you will like it. Hello, Karen. I am seeing some comments now. I don't know how this works, so if you said anything to me and I didn't say anything back, I apologize. First time live over here in this world. in this little land. All right, so there's my house color. I think that's exactly what I want. And then I'm gonna do this piece in the same green. I'm gonna use my sponge that I just did for white. And I'm just gonna pounce that on there. So it might be a little bit different colored, but it's not gonna be too different. Okay, and then we will let these dry. Run out of spaces here to dry things. These are going to be done in that same brown, the same browns that we used earlier, which I still have some on my plate, so I'm just going to use that. Hopefully I have enough because it's almost all dried up here. Can be hard to remix colors if you're doing them yourself too, so just want to make sure you mix enough if you are going to do that. All right, I'm gonna have a black door and some pink hearts. Let me grab my, I had a pink here that I wanted to use. This really light pink, Cotton Candy it's called. That one's really watery. Different sponge for that. And actually I'm going to put these right on here. Probably do a couple coats of the pink. Let it dry, do another coat, let it dry. And then this door I'm going to do in black. I'm going to do that last. So we're almost done here, guys. I'll be able to pick this up and show you it all put together in just a minute. And then I will do the next part of this kit, the tiered tray portion, live next week over on YouTube. So you'll want to give me a follow over there too if you're just finding me. I'm going to actually look into, what did I say earlier? I forgot the platform. But you can go live in multiple places at once. So I'm going to look into doing that. StreamYard. I think you can go live in all three of the places at the same time. All right, let me hit some of these pieces with the dryer. So now we're going to grab our door hanger base and start putting it all together. So our little house is going to go over here, and I'll glue it down in just a minute, but I'm going to just lay it out and show you before I do so. Make sure that everything's covered. This is why I like to dry my pieces. I want to make sure that I'm not getting paint on anything when I'm laying it out. That one was pretty gooey. There's two different hearts. Oh, that one's too small. So it's got to be this one. Just got to wiggle it in there. Our other little heart goes over here, and then our little greenery down here, and then you can make yourself an adorable little bow if you want to. You can write your last name on here, your address, the year that you moved in, or whatever you want to on there to customize it. So I'm just going to glue it down. And my favorite glue everybody always asks is the Stick Fast. I get it on Amazon. You just want to make sure you get the thick, CA thick. Oops. And I don't use a ton of glue, just a little bit goes a long way. Oh, you know what I didn't do? And I didn't even notice it while we were sitting here. This back part needs to be painted black. Let me see if I have enough time. Ugh, there's glue on there, so that's going to be gross to see through there. Probably ruin my paintbrush. I just noticed it as I was gluing that down, that the window, you could see the unpainted board behind it. There's etching on these boards, so you don't even have to know exactly where to place things most of the time. It's already etched for you. If it's not, it's usually really simple to place your pieces, but this one is all etched out for you. And then there's holes in the top too, like I said in the beginning. Just gonna be careful not to cover them with paint that you can put your string through to hang your door hanger. And we are currently in 49 out of the 50 states. The only place I have not sold to yet is Rhode Island. So if you're in Rhode Island, I'm looking for you. All right. Look at how adorable that is. You'll stick your little string in here to hang it. You could stick your bow right at the top if you have a bow that you want to put on there. Like I said, you could use marker or whatever to put your home address or whatever you want on there. You customize it and make it your own. But these are fun little kits for $49. You get this kit and then a matching tier tray kit. Every month it's a different surprise kit. $49 includes free shipping, and you get a 20% off coupon code to the rest of the website for any other purchases. If there's a way for me to share the link, I'll share that once I get off of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for my first live over here on TikTok. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody. See if I can figure out how to shut this thing off.